Hey guys, Dissection Bounds here. We got another one for you. Oh, UFC 326 is finally here. Holloway versus Oliveira. It's gonna be a fun one. Let's get right into it. We got to do the recap of last card, and then we'll get right into the card for this week. I'm gonna make it nice and quick. Well, no promises, but I'll try. We'll see what we can do. There's a lot of fights where I'm so frustrated with last card. We'll get into it though. We made money, obviously. The streak continues. We haven't had a bad card in 4 to 5 months. Knock on wood, it does not change. Alrighty, we had Damian Panas. Panas Army. Panas. I'm not gonna make all the jokes. Every YouTuber has already made all the jokes. Can't think of a new one, so not gonna beat the horse till it's dead. I want to keep the joke going for his next fight. But yeah, Panas. I wanted to do it so bad. Panas beats Schultz easily. Panas absolutely destroyed Schultz's face. Okay, he absolutely beat Schultz to a pulp. He absolutely didn't even make it like a struggle. Schultz is horrible. He has always been horrible. He beats guys with significant grappling deficiencies. Okay, but it does not mean he's good. He is 8-3. Does not like getting hit, and I don't know anyone who would want to get hit by Panas. Panas has just such power. It's insane. But yeah, all jokes aside, Panas showed a lot of improvements in the takedown defense, his scrambles. I think he's with Dede Pederneiras, Jose Aldo's coach. So I think this guy's gonna be fun to watch. Definitely have high hopes for him. We'll move on from this though, because Wes Schultz is horrible. There's not much else to break down other than that. Let's see something. Oh my goodness. I literally have only had this open for like, man, this is why you cannot. Oh my goodness. Computers, give me some tips on how not to keep my computer plugged in, like how to I forget to unplug my computer and that's what kills my battery. Give me some tips that you guys maybe have to prevent that because I know it kills the battery, so trying to work on that, but it's harder than I thought it would be. I thought it's easy, just unplug it, don't use it, or sorry, don't. Maybe I just won't use it when I need it. Like, just keep it like put away somewhere or something, because I don't know. Every time I go to use it, it's always plugged in accidentally. So I'm trying to prevent that. That's a side note though. It's kind of taken away from the video. Just if you guys can give me some tips, because I really don't want to get another computer because I can't remember to unplug it when it's fully charged, or it's because I do it late at night and then I wake up and it's still plugged in. So it's like that's anyways. Right, comment below or DM me some tips. Would highly appreciate it. Moving on though, we had Francis Marshall versus Eric Silva. Another quick one. Won't spend too much time on this one. Francis Marshall gets it done easily. Eric Silva is horrible. Absolutely nothing defensively with his grappling. He is very, very bad. Francis Marshall made easy work on him. Moving on. Don't want to speak about that fight. That was our lock of the card, though. Side note, we won that easily. Moving on. We had Ernesta Caracate versus Regina Terran. Regina Terran surprised me how long she could keep the pace on short notice. She definitely did surprise me there. I thought Ernesta would have an easier time with this fight, but apparently Regina Turin actually is there to scrap. She has some good cardio, and her takedown defense didn't look amazing, but it was only one time they got her down. I don't think Ernesto took many chances of her. She's not a wrestler even, and that's what really kind of gave me something to worry about in the future for Taryn is maybe her takedown defense isn't very good, so she might get grounded and stay on her back for the whole fight. But on the feet, she looked pretty good. So yeah, good win for Turin. Home crowd win. Good for her. A lot of people are saying, oh, it was closer than 30-27. I agree. I thought it was 29-28. But I accepted 30-27. All the rounds were pretty close. If anything, Turin pulled away, and especially in the last round. Yeah, it's one of those fights. You're in Mexico as well, so it was obviously going to go to Tehran. No judgment, nothing bad to say about the judging in this fight. Great fight though. Great fight. Moving on, we had okay. This one pisses me off. Javier Reyes versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. We'll get into this one. So this is purely not off the fight. This is just purely. I'm just trying to make sure I'm keeping it under 20 minutes because I don't want you guys to fall asleep just because of my recap. Javier Reyes is very defensively irresponsible, gets hit way too much. He will have his day. He's already been KO'd by I think it's Le'Veon Douglas or Le'Veon, whatever. But yeah, Javier Reyes is definitely defensively irresponsible. Almost got knocked unconscious by Douglas Silva de Andrade, who's not exactly a big 145er. He's a little tank, but he doesn't have cardio, and he is too undersized for the division. But yeah, I had Javier Reyes round two TKO, and he absolutely did not live up to my expectations. Um, he got it done in the first. Um, Very frustrating. 1 second away from potentially cashing that round two three prop. I had round two TKO plus 1600. Reyes is It's not Reyes' fault. He's just a killer. He smells blood in the water. He goes for it. Douglas Silva de Andrade, what are you doing? Like, I get you're small, and I know staying in close guard was probably where you thought you'd be safe, but turtling up when you have another round, potentially you could get it back and maybe find the KO. I don't know. I think he was mentally checked out after that knockdown. I think he got discouraged because he had Javier Reyes hurt badly, and Javier just battled back and dogged him out. But yeah, Douglas Silva de Andrade was like talking to the ref, like making all these like hand motions. Like, you're basically quitting. The language barrier doesn't help. You're clearly wanting out of the fight to the referee, and the referee gave you that. So literally 1 second away from cashing that round two TKO. That will sting, but is the second one this year. First one was Ty Miller. This is the second one. I'm sure it'll happen again to me. It is the worst feeling in the world, though. You think, oh, I'm safe, I'm safe. 30 seconds. He's in close guard. Yeah, yeah. And then next thing I know, it's boom, 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 boom. Guys turtling up, flattens him out. I'm like, oh my lord, not like this. 8, 7, 6, 5. Come on, don't stop it. 3, 2. All right. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, that really drives me nuts, man. Like, oh my goodness. Like, 1 second away. 1 second, Herb. You could have just. Like, it's not like he was out cold or on the. I know he was a fair stoppage. I'm not saying it was a bad stoppage. It was a fair stoppage. But come on, Herb. Just for the play, man. Come on, man. A man of the gamblers. Just come on. I'm just joking. It is what it is. Javier Reyes gets the win. Moving on. Christian Cunha. Oh my dear. I don't normally get too harsh on these guys, but I'm gonna be harsh here for less than 5 minutes, so bear with me. Christian Quin probably going to be 2 minutes, honestly. They don't deserve longer than 2 minutes. Quinones versus Moutinho. One of the worst UFC fights I have seen in a long time. Christian Quinones got teed up perfectly for the KO opportunity. Quinones is a walking punching bag. He is horrible. He is absolutely horrible. I don't know. Let me see who Chris Moutinho's beat, because whoever he's beat needs to probably retire just like he should. He is beat, okay, Johnny Campbell. That's kind of crazy, he beat Johnny Campbell, but I guess Johnny Campbell is just a journeyman, and I don't know how old he was when they fought him, but either way, man, like, he's just a Homer Simpson. He is not good at all. He is so, so bad. Like, he just walks forward, no process. Who's Mateo Silva? Let me see this guy. How did you beat Mateo? There's just some wins that just confuse me with this guy. I don't know how he even has wins. He is so bad. Now we're moving on to Quinones. Quinones, you're wrestling a guy who's literally teed up for a knockout. I'm pretty sure you heard him in the first round, but he just relies off the one punch KO. There's no follow through. There's no, oh, he's hurt, go get him. Like, I can't stand Christian Quinones. I am so, so done with these two. I want them both to be cut from the UFC and go fight wherever. Quinones, go fight in Lux. Chris Moutinho, go do BKFC or something. Like, these two are the one of the like this was the worst of the worst. Like, I can't get over how bad this was. It was so bad. I really wish I put money on the KO, so that doesn't help. Also, how mad this fight made me. Obviously, bet's gonna lose. Bet's gonna lose. But for like I said, the fight was teed up for you to get a KO, and you're wrestling the guy, and you're not even doing that good of a job. Like, you're in a leg lock entanglement in the third round or the second round, and you guys are just sitting there, not even going for anything, just sitting there, like, catching your breath. Like, what was that fight? That was an atrocity that we just, like, okay, I'm not going to get political, but there's a war going on. Okay, it's a little too soon for jokes. But that was probably the most hard. Like, I'm watching like real time footage of the war right now. Not like, obviously I'm not there. I don't have a friend there. But like, you know what I mean? There's like Telegram groups posting like lots of like up to date videos and information. And I gotta say, this fight was way more Like it's way more hard to watch than what's going on right now. And again, I'm joking. I don't actually don't take what I'm saying too seriously here. I'm just trying to have a laugh. But Quinones was absolutely like unbearable to watch. Like there is, I pray for everyone by the way involved in the war. Really really sucks what's going on. Just a side note. I'm not even gonna get into the weeds of the politics and stuff like that. I'm just gonna say pray for all the innocent lives that are being that are lost. And yeah, moving on though, I'm not going to talk about that. I have a politics telegram. But again, I'm not going to advertise that here. If you're in my Discord, you can talk to me privately about that. I'm trying to keep politics away from the channel. Because, man, you guys are, subscribed to hear me talk about fights. You're not subscribed to hear me talk about politics and stuff like that. I am interested in politics, and I know some of you are as well, but I have a Telegram now for that, so to keep things separate. But yeah, anyways, back to the fights. Quinones, Moutinho, please, please, for the sake of everyone, just either retire or just go to a different promotion because UFC is going to eat you up and spit you out. These both of them are terrible. Terrible. Okay, moving on. Aileen Perez versus Macy Chasson. Speaking of terrible, Macy Chasson had a good first round, but she shot her load so bad. She seriously does not have cardio, or I would say fight. I used to think fight IQ, but she showed in round two she's she lacks with in that department as well. Very very bad cardio, poor mentality when she fights. She doesn't have that dog in her. She's a technical fighter. She when things aren't going her way, she just mentally crumbles. It is so sad because she had so many chances to win that fight. The referee, I think she paid the referee in the back or something to help stand him up. But second round, Aileen took her down, and Chasson get gifted a stand up within like 20 to 30 seconds. Like what? Like I was like, thank you. Obviously, I had money on Chasson. But when they stood her up, I'm like, okay, let me add a little bit to Chasson because I got out of my position after I saw Chasson being so tired after one round. But man, like you had her against the cage. You're sitting there, shovel uppercut, shovel uppercut, shovel uppercut. What do you decide to do? I can't remember the exact throw, but it was some sacrifice throw or some ridiculous throw, and now you're on bottom. Just stay technical. Keep your head pushed up against her chin. Keep with the shovel uppercuts, knees to the body. I'm thinking to myself, okay, like you just threw that round away. And round three, we're gonna lose at a higher clip because Chasson has nothing left. Clearly, you see it in her posture in the corner in between round two and round three. Literally head down. Coach is like trying to hype her up. Like she's a head case, man. I can't with Macy Chasson anymore against someone that's actually there to fight and actually there trying to win. Macy Chasson is she's not a bad fighter. She's just she's a mental. I don't want to use a mental midget a lot just because these fighters are they're showing up there. They're trying their best, but against like Aileen Perez, who's always mentally present, even in bad situations, I would say Aileen Perez is just 10 times the actual fighter as Macy Chasson. Chasson's there until her cardio and until she's losing or something. Like Chasson, I thought showed in her last fight against Yana Santos, I think it was, that she has the ability to make it go for it. But I don't know. This fight, she looked really, really bad. I'm just gonna chalk it to the elevation, but I've seen this from her in the past, so I'll keep that in mind with Chasson fights going forward. Good win for Perez. She dogged it out when she needed to. Round one wasn't a good look, but you know what it is. Macy Chasson was a round one warrior this fight. Not much I can. You can't really judge Perez for that. Clearly, Macy went all out for that first round finish, and when she didn't get it, yeah. Good job on Perez for staying calm. Moving on. We have. Okay, let's see. I want to just notice. Okay, this is crazy. Already at 80%. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about the battery because this is this is not good. Moving on. We have Ryan Gandra versus Jose Medina. Jose Medina, he is another fighter. This is like this theme of the card. How are these guys employed? They are so bad. Ryan Gandra gets the win. Great flurry against the cage. Super easy layup for his debut. Hopefully they give him someone a little more challenging than Jose Medina in the next one. But yeah, Jose Medina, no. Your toughness should not be your main attribute. And now you don't even have that. So out the door. See you later. Sorry to break it to you, man, but you're no bueno. Yeah, moving on. Ryan Gandra picks up the win. I'm gonna skip fights like this. Luna versus Pacheco. Very similar where it's like a layup given, but Pacheco has good jiu-jitsu, man. Like he showed good ability to keep feet on hips, keep the separation away from Luna and him, so Luna couldn't posture up and get too much damage off. Luna does show some flaws in his game. He does get tired. He does struggle with his defense. He's not very defensively sound. He has some, decent defense. Not the worst, not the best. But Pacheco could tag him at will when he actually went for it. Pacheco hits so soft though. Every one of his shots are like setouts for his big shot, and his big shot wasn't even that powerful. Like he caught Luna on a few nice shots, and he had some good moments. But it's like Pacheco, man. Like he just I don't know. It's like I don't know. Someone who's just been eating steak and eggs all day versus someone who just drinks soy milk every day. It's like I don't know, man. It just did not look like that. Like I don't know. Pacheco, he's a dog. I'll always give him that. But man, he is just I don't know. He just did not. And he's tough, man. He ate some big shots. But man, he is. If he just had some like hardware, some power behind his shots, I think he'd be a lot better of a fighter. But unfortunately, he's still at New England Cartel, and that's one of the worst gyms in the UFC. So it is what it is. I kind of expect their guys to have bad performances. It's more of a I just kind of I like the 2-3 look just because Luna hasn't really been proven later in the fights, and I feel like he still hasn't. Pacheco is just kind of like too willing to get pushed back, and Luna's combos and boxing were crisp. So Luna did show some cool qualities. His boxing was pretty crisp, and he has some knees up the middle. He does show a variety of different attacks, but I just feel like someone's gonna figure him out pretty soon. He's 8-0 right now, but he's gonna get figured out. He'll get figured out soon enough. Moving on, we had Kevin Borjas versus Imanol Rodriguez. Um, oh man, Imanol, man, I'm lost for words. This guy is so talented. It was refreshing from a card like from the card we just had to witness, like prior to this. This is night and day. Like Imanol Rodriguez is crazy talented. He's super young, I'm pretty sure. I don't know his age exactly, but he's super young. Kevin Borjas caught him early, and he recovered decently well. He tried to stay defensively responsible. When he comes in a little heavy, which makes the counter hooks a little bit open. And I feel like Borjas is a little. He caught him, man, and he went for the finish, but Eminal stayed composed. Sorry, my cat keeps not my cat, but my roommate's cat really likes attention. She keeps bugging me. I'll show her in a bit if she keeps bugging me. I'll show her after I'm done breaking this card down. But yeah, Imanol Rodriguez, he got the win. Great talent. This guy's nasty, man. He has such good power. He's good cardio, good grappling. I feel like he'll be in the UFC for a long time. 7-0. Super talented young man. I am a big fan. Kevin Borjas, keep your chin high. Well, not literally. That's what got you in trouble. But yeah, you know what I mean. Good win, Imanol Rodriguez. Moving on. Edgar Shirez versus Felipe Bunes. I had Edgar Shirez. Holy smokes. I'm going to be calling him Edgar Phil Rose Shirez from now on. What did I just watch? This guy, round one, I expected him to lose because Felipe Bunes has good jiu-jitsu. He got to that body triangle and just rode it out. Some elbows to the shoulder, whatever. But man, Edgar Shirez, you could have finished him anytime you wanted, but you waited to try until the last 10 seconds of the round. And then you gave them Felipe Bunes an argument to win a split decision. Not a good argument. A jab doesn't win you a fight. Edgar was at least putting combos together and good body work. Like Felipe was just jabbing. That should not get to win you the fight. But I feel like Edgar Shirez did enough to win, even with the low activity. Round two, like I said, he only could have finished him. If he just kept that pace, pressure, he would have finished him. But Edgar just fought this like technical fight with Felipe, giving him the fight he wanted. And yeah, Bunas got the split decision after politicking enough to the judges. But yeah, Shirez luckily got the win. Not luckily, but rightfully got the win. But yeah, it would have been a lot more dominant if he would have just did what I know he could have done. Round 2 and 3 could have definitely got him out of there. But again, Edgar Phil Rose Shirez almost blew it. Almost blew a pretty easy win for himself. And yeah, it is what it is. Happy you got it though. Cash that. Moving on, King Green versus Daniel Zellhuber. Again, this whole card, I'm basically just trashing people. Like I don't like doing this. Like I'm not. I used to do this all the time, but I know how hard it is to be a fighter. I know it is. I'm not gonna advertise myself like I'm a fighter. I have fought, but I'm not a fighter. I don't want to live like this. This is a hard life to live. Honestly, a lot of people don't make it, and it's just a really really hard sport. So I do respect these guys. I do. But my job is to be critical of them. I have to be to make notes for future reference, and it's just I don't know like it's just honestly like I have to, and I pick my words a little more carefully now. Like oh this guy is a quitter, this guy doesn't have heart. I try to be a little more generous and charitable with my takes, but man, Daniel Zellhuber, holy crap, like he is he is horrible. His defense is non-existent. His jiu-jitsu is pretty good. His boxing is not good. Uh, he comes forward with his chin up. He just, I don't know, man. For as long as he is, he just does not know how to keep his range. He got absolutely clowned in the first round by Bobby Green. He got TKO'd by Bobby Green. The first time in his career he lost by TKO. People were trying to tell me, oh, Michael Johnson hurt him. This guy hurt him. Yeah, I get it. He's been hurt, but he hasn't been TKO'd. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe because of the height difference and King Green struggles with taller guys, maybe Zellhuber can find the finish. And with the buggy choke, was decently close. Um, but man, all he had to do was just stay disciplined and pick his shots a little better. And I feel like he could have landed a KO shot or won a decision, something. But Zellhuber just fought like absolute dog crap. This is the third fight now. He's screwed up being a big heavy favorite. I didn't have the balls to take the dog shot on Bobby Green, just because of the stylistic matchup. Good job to anyone who did. I bet Bobby his last fight. Yeah, he made me. He also made me sweat for that one. But I don't know why I was a sweat. Judges just be judging. But yeah, Daniel Zellhuber. I would not be surprised if they cut him. He's a failed waste of talent that once was. I remember watching him Contender Series thinking, oh, this guy might be good. And he has just been since Trey Ogden, Michael Johnson. It's just been so disappointing watching his career. I cannot give this guy. I met him in Vegas, so he's a nice guy and everything. I just can't give him his dues because it's like, what is your best win? Giagos? I guess that's not a bad win, but it's like, man, like he's just not UFC. He's not UFC ready. Yeah, back to the regional scenes. I think he should take time off of UFC and just go to Lux or something, get his confidence back because he looks really really bad, man. He looks really really bad as of late, and yeah, I'm gonna have to wish him well in his future endeavors. And if he does get another fight, I'll be fading him, depending on the matchup, of course. But oh, I say that, but it's like, man, it's even if you get favorable matchup, you could screw it up. So it's like I don't know. We'll see if they give him like I don't know. Someone like I don't know. I can't even think of someone on the top of my head that would be a good matchup for him at this stage. Maybe like the lowest of the lowest level of the division, but it's like at this point, Zellhuber, it's like I don't know. Like it's making it really hard for me to like find spots for you because you just always manage to screw it up. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, wish you the best, Zellhuber. Honestly, I honestly like the guy. He's just been a complete letdown as a fan. And as a gambler, like it's just really, really disappointing watching how this guy's career has turned out to be in the UFC. Moving on. Speaking of disappointing, David Martinez versus Marlon Vera. I'm a Vera fan. I am always going to be a Vera fan. Round three showed what he could do to this guy. I didn't think he would win because I know how Vera fights 3 round fights. He is not a 3 round fighter. He's a 5 round fighter. He just does not get going early enough. He finds his reads and his timing early. Usually it takes him 2 rounds, unfortunately. With most people it takes you one. With Vera it takes him two. He started landing more in the second, but those kicks getting caught did not help his case. And he was getting outpointed to an extent. I thought Vera did land the better shots in round two. I thought he might have won the round two, but honestly in Mexico, I just thought Martinez probably edged 2-1. People took 3+3.5. I just don't like doing that in enemy territory because judges are not very charitable and don't give you rounds when you should have got the rounds. So Yeah, Vera got the win. Or sorry, Martinez got the win, but Vera is the better fighter in my opinion. This is a 5 round fight. He melts him in the next 4 or 5 rounds, or sorry, rounds 4 or 5. But unfortunately, Vera, at this point in your career, all you're going to get is 3 round fights. You're not going to get to the title picture at this rate anytime soon, if at all, if ever. I love you, man. You're a great fighter. I got to meet you a few times, and your coach. Both of you great guys. Love you guys, but it's just really frustrating as a fan watching you give away the early rounds just to nearly like break the guy in the third. And I know your potential. I know you could do big things in the sport, but it's like he just, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not gonna be mad at him for this fight because it's not like he didn't try. It's just how he fights. It is what it is. People say, "Oh, he doesn't try. Oh, he doesn't care." He does care. He does try. It's just his style of fighting. It takes him a little while to get going, and unfortunately, in a 3 round fight, you got to go. You got to go now. In the second round, you got to go. Definitely the second if you're going to give up the first. And unfortunately, he just didn't do enough in the second. So it is what it is. I'm not too upset about it. It is what it is. Moving on. Yeah, Martinez is definitely going to be fading against a lot of these pressure guys with good technique. He's definitely showed some weakness in this fight. Keep note of in the future. Moving on. Brandon Moreno versus Lanier Kavanagh. I had Brandon Moreno in this fight in all transparency, not as a bet, but as a pick. And the closer the fight came, I'm just thinking to myself, man, this could be like a not generational spot, but like a good spot for Lanier because Lanier hasn't really proved himself at the 5 rounds. I'm pretty sure he's done 5 rounds before. I could be wrong, but I'm almost certain he hasn't. Let me see. Either way, it doesn't really matter. All I do know is Lanier showed that he is capable of doing this in at a high level. People say a lot of people gave rounds 3 and 4 to Brandon Moreno. I disagree heavily. I thought it was 4-4-1 at worst. Because man, like, what did Moreno do? I thought Kavanaugh pieced him up every round, landed the better variety of strikes, calf kicks, up top to the body. Moreno didn't do anything but hold him against the fence. He landed like a few nice shots, but it's like to win the round three. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna disagree with those people. There's a lot of them, a lot more than I thought, but easily it was a win regardless. Bare minimum 3-2. I had a bare minimum 4-1, but what do I know? Apparently, one of the judges saw it my way, but it is what it is. Brandon Moreno definitely the worst performance he's given since his second. Well, one of them. I'd say his rematch with Royval was pretty bad too, but. Yeah, man. Lanier Kavanaugh is a real deal. I've known that since Cage Warriors. I don't know. This has been a show me spot for Lanier, and he showed me. So excited to see what he does with his career and who they give him next. Alrighty, guys. So yeah, that was a fun card. We made like 3.5 units. The cat left, so I would show you the cat, but screw it. I'm a man of my word. Let me go get him. Charlie. Sorry, guys. She's not in the hallway. She's in, I think, the owner's room. So I can't. What am I gonna do? Walk in the room and take her? But yeah, it is what it is, guys. We cashed on the card. Could have been a monster card, but unfortunately, some props didn't go our way just by a little bit, and some bets didn't go our way. So it is what it is. It's the name of the game. The main thing is all the big bets cashed for the most part. The only one that was not big, but like a decent spot was the Quinones KO spot. That one hurt. But again, you can only cap the fight. You can't cap people's fight IQ. If I could do an IQ test on these guys prior to the fight, I might be able to do a little differently. On jokes aside, obviously, but jokes aside, sorry. Regardless, I can't control the outcome or how these guys fight or what they think. It is just I can only do the game planning in my head. I can only do what I think's gonna happen, and if these guys just don't come out and live up to their potential, that's not on me. Um, I could try to be better, maybe like playing devil's advocate more, but I'm going off what I think's gonna happen, man. So you can, get mad at me for maybe some bad picks here and there, but at the end of the day, I'm just doing what I think's gonna happen. I can't just lie to you and say, "Oh, I think this is gonna happen," and because I didn't think Vera. Well, this fight was a little more linear, but for example, Zellhuber, I didn't think Zellhuber was gonna get absolutely dogged by King Green. Like Zellhuber tried to fight, but like man, that was just so hard to watch. And then Quinones like not getting a KO like that really shocked me. Who knew he'd come in with a heavy grappling game plan? Like he's not a grappler, so it's just like that was crazy to me. Anyways, guys, moving on. Let me see. Hopefully, it wasn't over 20 minutes. Oh my goodness, we're almost 30 minutes in. I don't know what to tell you guys. When I get going, I get going. It is what it is. This could be an hour video. It is what it is. Moving on though, we got to get to UFC 326. Let's start with the bottom. We have Luke Fernandez versus Rodolfo Bellato. I gotta go with Luke Fernandez here. Bellato is one or I'd say two wins. He could get cut next fight if he loses this fight if he loses, but I just think he's got two wins, two fights till he gets cut. I don't know his contract, but I just know Rodolfo Bellato has had a weird UFC career. If you look at his record, man, he has I don't know, man. Like, he does not know how to like beat technical guys. He makes it a dogfight, and he has decent calf kicks. He's got good jiu-jitsu. His wrestling isn't that good, and I don't know, like he can get hurt. He showed he can get hurt by a few different times. The Paul Craig fight was weird. A lot of people think he quit. I don't know what to feel about that fight. That was just weird. But I know there's a dog in Bellato. He's the Terminator in my opinion. He does come back and he does fight and battle back to win. So I can't count him out here. This is probably the best opponent Luke Fernandez has faced. Luke Fernandez, he's coming into the UFC with I don't know. He got a easy win, really easy win, 15-second win over Rafael Pergianto, who's an absolute bum in Contender Series. Christian Edwards, he took him to a decision. He KO'd Greg Ellis. So it's like I don't know. Like all of his wins are not good. He beat Eric Anderson grappling, so he does have grappling. There's that. I don't know. I think Fernandez wins by KO round one, but I would not be surprised to see him edge out a decision. But yeah, this is one of those fights, man. Bellato could be a fraud checking moment for. I mean, it's not a fraud check, but Bellato could, could gas out Fernandez as he's early in his career and make this a dogfight. But I'm gonna go with Fernandez. I've been impressed with his career so far, so gonna rock with Hernandez here. I think he can land some tight hooks, something down the middle. I'm gonna go with Luke Fernandez here by KO round one, or or winning a decision, one of the two, KO or decision for Luke Fernandez. Moving on, we have Jiang Young Lee versus Gaston Bolanos. I won't take too long for this fight. Bolanos is terrible, absolutely terrible. Walmart Ilya Tapuria is just he's got a kickboxing background, but he's got a weird shin. His shin doesn't really handle shots that great. His grappling isn't that good. Cortavius Ramios is just really dumb. He beat Cortavius Ramios, which isn't that impressive, But and then on the other side we have Jiang Yong Lee, who I got to meet in, I believe, Edmonton, maybe. I can't remember exactly where I met him. Let me see. It was against Daniel Santos. So this might have been Montreal. So I met him in Montreal. Jiang Young Lee is obviously he doesn't speak English, so I didn't get to talk to him. But I will say one thing. Jiang Young Lee is honestly very, very skilled. Dangerous on the feet. He's got KO power. But man, he can be caught, can be hurt, and Hyder Mill shows like a lot of pressure can do that. But I don't think he's gonna get that type of fight with Gaston. Gaston's gonna be trying to have a kickboxing fight with him, and I just feel like Young Lee's gonna time something and just catch him, put him down, put him out. So I'm gonna go with because he's beat guys like Giza, Benzi, Blake Builder. He has some good wins, and I just think like even Daniel Santos, he was doing okay. I think he won maybe a round. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, I don't know. I can't remember how that fight went exactly. I just know he got dogged out in the grappling. And I know Blanos isn't gonna be able to grapple him, so I'm gonna go Jiang Young Lee here. I got Jiang Young Lee by KO in the first or second round. I just think Jiang Young Lee is a more skilled and has a higher ceiling than Bolanos. And how old is Bolanos? Because honestly, he looks mid 30s, I would say. Yeah, 33, close to mid 30s. So Yeah, I gotta go with Young Lee here by KO round one or two. Yeah, that's my read for this fight. We'll see how it plays out. Moving on, we have Rafael Tobias versus Dr. Nurgaze. I think Dr. Nurgaze is probably one of the most, I would say, like speaking of like disappointment, like he was coming into the UFC. I thought this guy would light people up. He had good timing with his KO shot on the Contender Series. I can't remember exactly who he fought. If I can go back and look, he beats. Oh yeah, that's why. So he beat an absolute bum in who's from KSW. He beat Sordi, which isn't a bad win, but Sordi's also was older. So I don't know, man. Tobias is a young gun. He's gonna definitely, if it touches the ground, Tobias is gonna grapple him. He's gonna find the sub. But Nergaze is so dangerous on the feet. And I know you're thinking, oh, he didn't KO Brenson. Oh, he didn't. He's on an 0-2 in the UFC. I get that, but if you look at Rafael Tobias's record, the guys he's fought, like Jair de Oliveira, like who the hell is this guy? Like some guy, some midget guy that should like look at his record. Like all of his wins. If you look at his like the details on who he's fought, like heavyweights, light heavyweight, heavyweight, 225 pounds. Like he's a small heavyweight. And he's fat. He's not exactly like a legit light heavyweight. Like I don't know, man. The guy's just he fought a midget. He beat him. Rafael Tobias hasn't really shown me that he's at this level yet. I'm pretty sure he got KO'd by a bomb. Yeah. Oh, not this guy. Please don't tell me this guy. He got KO'd by a literal can. Can. You're telling me Nurgaze can't find the chin, but Porto can? Porto is horrible. Anyone who watches LFA Brazil knows how bad Porto is. And Porto has a really bad jiu-jitsu game. Like he gets tired quick. He's full of roids, so he gets really tired, and his jiu-jitsu is horrible. If you look like I'm not even gonna give Porto like the spotlight, but he is so bad. Just take my word for it. And you're telling me I know this was 3 years ago, but and Tobias is still pretty young, but if he can find the chin, I know Nurgas they can. So I think the way to play this fight is Tobias. If you're gonna play this fight, I would take money line small in a parlay, maybe. Maybe wait for people to play Nurgazai. I think Nurgazai could probably win by KO. I think that's a pretty good spot. I could take it by domestics. It's probably gonna be plus 400, plus 350 around there. Tobias, it's already plus 350 on Bet Online, but I think the odds could get better on domestics. Tobias, on the other hand, by sub is like plus 165. And that's pretty gross if you ask me. So I would probably just take Tobias by money line in a parlay with somebody. Sub is not. It's just the odds are pretty crap. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to go with Tobias here. But man, this is a volatile fight. Both guys have weaknesses. Both guys have each other's weaknesses or each other's strength. Nurgazai can find the chin. Tobias can find the sub. So fight not go the distance is most likely, but I take it those odds are gonna be like negative 500, negative 400. So no point in playing that. But yeah, Tobias, I lean him to win, but these odds, nah, no bueno for me. If you are playing this though, go small, maybe in a parlay with someone who you really think's gonna win. But yeah, moving on. Not gonna speak about this fight long, that's for sure. Sumaderji versus Jesus Aguilar. I got Sumaderji here. Honestly, Sumaderji is just improving. He has showed improvement in his career. He is definitely the more experienced of the two, I think. Yeah, he's more experienced by a little bit, like 25 fights compared to 15, so 10 fight difference. I think he's also beat some pretty good guys. Kevin Borjas, Mitch Raposo's pretty decent, not terrible, but pretty decent. He lost to Charles Johnson. He got submitted by Tim Elliott, Matt Schnell. So I do think the submission is there. Louis Samolka. He can be submitted. And that's where I would go Jesus Aguilar by sub if you are playing Aguilar. Because in my opinion, I don't think he wins a decision against Sue. So he's just going to be able to keep that range, land better shots on the feet, potentially even find a KO. I got Sumaderji here. I think his distance, his improvements are going to be pretty good. I don't think he's going to get out wrestled. I think, if anything, maybe he gets clubbed and subbed if he does get subbed. So, again, I wouldn't be too big on the sub. If you guys are playing it, just go light. But I got Sumaderji here. I feel like the losses in the past are not a good look. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like one can improve. How old is this guy? Let me see. He's only 30, so he's still in his somewhat of his prime. Yeah, I got to go with Sumaderji here. I feel like this is another win that could propel him in his career. Jesus Aguilar has a win over Luis Garule, who is shown to be a bit overrated. Definitely thought this guy was better than he was coming from Fury, and he is not. Jesus Aguilar pretty much made easy work of him. Rafael Esteban out wrestled him. He showed some good moments there, but I don't know, man. Like Mendoka, Shannon Ross. I mean, he hasn't really had that bad of. I mean, he bet Edgar Shires. That's a pretty. I mean, he has a pretty good record. And being completely honest and transparent, he has a pretty good record. So I'm not gonna sit here and take anything away from him. But I don't know, man. His fight IQ has gotten better. Also, he used to be known for bad fight IQ. He's improved that. I think Suma Derji likely wins though. Yeah, I'm gonna go Suma Derji here, either TKO or decision. Yeah, moving on. We have Nirmandal Tamun Dembrall versus Cody Durden. Weird fight to call. Cause I know he's got beat by that guy who got cut from the UFC. I believe he got cut. Tumor Dembrall or whatever. He has shown to me that he has the skill set to win this fight. Um, he got a win over Terrence Saturn in the road to UFC, and Saturn's done pretty good on the regional scene. He subbed him. He lost a split. Arguably could have won that against Carlos Hernandez. Hernandez is just a very very technical fighter. I think he's pretty sure out grappled him. Out wrestled him. Sorry. And Peter Daniso, he subbed him. Not that great of an accomplishment, but Daniso is pretty athletic. Top Noi. He has some decent wins. I'm Stride, Bat Bayar. Like, he has some decent wins on his record, and then he fights Durden, who's by far more experienced against higher level guys. But Durden, if you look at all of his losses, submission, flying triangle, to gear submission, submission. Like, his best wins are Charles Johnson and Jake Hadley, I would say. But man, like if you're fighting someone at the level of Timur Emerald, who's there to finish you at every second of the fight, I think inside the distance from Tuminder Emerald or whatever, however you say his name, is very live. I think Cody puts his head into a lot of submission. I feel like if he can be broken, he's pretty hard to break. Honestly, he's been in pretty high paced fights. As of late, his cardio is kind of being overblown as bad. Used to not be good, but I feel like he's improved it. He's shown that in the Charles Johnson fight. His fight against Josh Van, he ate some nasty shots, should have put him away, and the guy was still there trying to fight. So I'm gonna go Tumen Demerol. Volatile fight, but I feel like he could find the finish here. Definitely a pretty winnable fight for both guys. Cody has a path to victory. Tumen Demerol has a path to victory. But yeah, who can implement their game plan better is the real question. But yeah, Tumen Demerol inside the distance. If the odds are bad, then maybe we could look at I don't know, something submission maybe, because I don't know if he'll KO Durden, but submission is very live. But if the odds are close enough to where you can get inside the distance for like 30 cents difference, I would just take inside the distance, just be safe. But yeah, Tumen Demerol, inside the distance, specifically probably sub, but we'll see how that fight plays out. Yeah. Alberto Montes versus Ricky Turcios. Ricky Turcios is moving up a weight class to fight at featherweight. Sorry. I don't know exactly why. He's not exactly a huge bantamweight. We still got a few fights to go. Okay, but I do think Alberto Montes has not fought in the UFC yet, so I don't know exactly how good he is. His last fight was 2 years ago, nearly 2 years ago, and it was against Carlos Calderon. He found a anaconda choke. That's his signature choke, the front headlock series. He goes for Darce's anacondas. He tries to get it, but usually he just misses it. But he keeps spamming it, and eventually he gets it. But that's his sub of choice. Do I think he could get it? Yeah, but I don't know, man. Turcios is a good scrambler. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he finds his way on top, does work, wins top positions. We could see maybe a Jordan Levitt part two. Not off offensive wrestling, but off of dumb, fight IQ, like I always stress. Maybe Montez does some dumb things, ends up on bottom. I don't know though. He should be the bigger guy against Turkios. We'll see at the weigh-ins though. I got Turkios. Sorry, Turkios. What am I saying? I got Alberto Montez. I'm gonna go front headlock. I'm gonna go decision most likely, but I could see another Anaconda submission, Darce submission. We'll see how this fight plays out, but yeah, because Calderon's a pretty good grappler, and he's subbed him, so yeah, I'm gonna go with Montez here. Should be a good debut spot for him. The layoff kind of worries me, but I think Montez could get the job done. Honestly, this is if he doesn't get the job done, I don't even know at this point. Like, what do we even say about what are we supposed to say at that point? Like, how do we assess if he loses to Ricky Turcios in your debut? Where do you even go from there? Like, honestly, like go back to fight for Goat Shed's Karate Combat because he's out of Goat Shed, right? So maybe just go fight Karate Combat or something, even though he won't have the option to do front headlock, chokes, maybe, I don't know. Just find something else because if you can't beat Ricky Turcios in your debut, honestly, I think that's probably just it for you in your career. Let's see where my thing's at now. 60%. That is crazy. I'm gonna have to get my battery checked. This is super frustrating. 40%, and I only started like 6:30. So 40 minutes on the computer. It's already down that launch. That's pretty crazy. It should last at least longer than that. But yeah. Anyways, side note, get sidetracked. But yeah, Montez probably wins the fight, but not gonna speak too much longer about this one. I think Montez wins. If he doesn't, this would be a pretty embarrassing loss for him for his debut. Not that Ricky's not decent; he has some skill, but his striking's horrible. Not horrible. Yeah, it's horrible. So I don't know. We'll see how this fight plays out. Moving on, we have Dante Johnson versus Cody Brundage. I won't speak long about this. We got Brundage here. Always dangerous in round one. Round one KO Brundage is always an auto click. Either he gets the KO or someone hits him in the back of the head. He gets a DQ. Yeah, I got to go with Dante Johnson, though. Dante Johnson has shown a lot of promise in his career. Nasty KO power, good front chokes. I think Johnson probably breaks him first or second round. Yeah, this guy's a dangerous guy. I got to go with Dante Johnson here. We'll see how this car crash who comes out on top. But if I had to pick, it'd probably be Dante Johnson. I just feel like Dante Johnson is he actually wants to win and he's willing to go through some adversity. Whereas Cody Brundage is a mental. I hate using that word, but he has shown in his career to be a mental midget. And if things don't go his way, he kind of just breaks down mentally, and his coaches kind of like he relies on his coaches to hype him up to get motivated again. And I don't know. I just don't think you're gonna have that chance when Dante Johnson's in your face swinging bombs. And I think Cody Brundage is definitely talented. He has some talent, and he could find the KO shot. But I don't know. I think Dante Johnson likely wins this fight. So my pick's gonna be Dante Johnson, and I gotta go with round one, round two TKO. I feel like that is most likely outcome. And if you get inside the distance for rounds one or two, just cover your ass with that just in case, because I see Dante Johnson finishing him. Just if I had to pick, it would be KO. Okay, moving on. We have Long Xiao versus Cody Garbrandt. Now this one's weird because Cody Garbrandt's been talking recently about how he's getting back into his old form. And in order to get back in your old form, you're going to have to go back to that boxing scrappy way that he used to, where you get caught sometimes. He seems not to be talking about vertigo no more. I think he has his hair cut. So you never know. We could see old Cody back. It's been a while since we've seen old Cody. I think his last fight was, yeah, Brian Kelleher and 3 years ago was the last time we saw old Cody in Asansa in 2020. So ever since then, though, all we've seen is a heavy wrestling game plan from him. So Long Xiao hasn't really. I don't even think he's been KO'd that many times, if any. Let me see. Unanimous split. Unanimous. Oh, he lost to Christian Quinones. Ugh, gross. Yeah, you never know. He got KO'd once in 2017. Twice. 2016, 2017 is the last time he's got KO'd. So you never know. But he's beat guys like Shuya Kumakubo, Shohei Noze. He knocked out Quang Lee. I don't know, man. I think this guy's dangerous. He could be a problem for Cody. Cody's more technical. And his wrestling's pretty good, but I don't know, man. This is a tricky fight. I would lean more 50-50 to this fight. Um, I feel like someone could easily get knocked out this fight, either Cody or Long Xiao. I'm gonna take some time to think more about this fight. As of right now, I'm leaning Long Xiao, but this could change as the fight gets closer. I haven't decided yet. The way Cody's talking is starting to give me some hope for him. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how this fight plays out. I am pretty on the fence with this one. This is one of those fights where it's like, oh, this could go this way, this could go that way. I don't know. Pick's gonna be for now Long Xiao. I'm not gonna give an outcome for this fight because I don't know. Fight could go a number of different ways. Moving on, we have Bruno Ferreira versus Gregory Robocop Rodriguez 2. I gotta go with RoboCop this time. I just think Ferreira, he gets tired, man. And if RoboCop can just, stay defensively sound for once in his career, I feel like he can easily, you know, break Bruno Ferreira, put a pace on him. I just think Bruno Ferreira struggles against guys that like actually, you know how to stay defensively sound, but also, put a pace on him. Like Bruno Ferreira in his last fight was pretty tired, if you ask me. Um, I think Vittori won a few, like one round. I just feel like Vittori could have won that fight, but he ate some pretty big howitzers from Vittori or some Ferreira, sorry, and I think Rodriguez's chin is not very good. So that's the only reason I'll probably stay away from this one. His jiu-jitsu, Bruno Ferreira, is pretty good as well. But I'd say obviously Rodriguez has better jiu-jitsu. He has more accomplishments in jiu-jitsu. He never uses his grappling or his judo or whatever his background is, but he's got some legit grappling as well. I gotta go with RoboCop here. I think RoboCop likely wins. I'm gonna go a lean spot, maybe like 60% confidence. I'm not confident whatsoever. Ferreira could easily find that chin again, but I'm gonna go with RoboCop here, and maybe he surprises me. Maybe he finds a TKO finish, and yeah, maybe we get to see part two of. But this time it goes for RoboCop. Yeah, Ferreira's not gonna have the ability to grapple in this fight. He's gonna have to just play on the feet with RoboCop, and I'm excited for this rematch, man. This is gonna be a good one. Very few fights on this card I'm excited for. Now that Cody's talking about that he wants to actually fight, I'm excited for that one. I'm excited for RoboCop's rematch. Let me see earlier in the card. Yeah, not a lot of fights I'm too excited to watch, honestly. Tobias versus Nurgaze should be interesting. There's some interesting fights. Luke Fernandez with Bellato. So there are some interesting good fights here, but I don't know, man. Could see a lot of KOs this card, honestly. Like, a lot of these guys are in some firefights, and I don't know. I'm going to go with RoboCop here. Slight lean. We'll see how this fight plays out. Yeah. Moving on, we have Drew Dober versus Michael the Menace Johnson. I got to go with... oh, man, this is another coin flip. Coin flip, coin flip, coin flip. Oh, let me see. Do I have a coin on me? Let me see here. Do I have a coin on me? Yeah, I do. Oh, I need a stretch. Okay. Okay. Heads, Michael Johnson. Tails, Drew Dober. It is tails. I will be going with Drew Dober. This pick could change, but as of right now, until I come to a decision, I am going Drew Dober because this is about as 50-50 as it gets on this card. Michael Johnson has a better process, I would say. Good boxing, but man, Dober, when he goes for it, is dangerous. He has a really good chin. And I can't say the same for Johnson. Johnson has been KO'd a few different times. Dober is, in my opinion, a little more. I don't know. This is a weird fight, man. Johnson is definitely less durable, but he has better boxing, crisper, better footwork, I would say. But I don't know, man. Dober's good, man. Dober is not someone you want to sleep on. I know the Propelec fight was a really bad look, but the second Dober turned it on, I know he had to nut shot him to that was a weird fight. Dober looked pretty bad in that fight, if I'm being honest. But different style matchup. I think Johnson is just I don't know. He kind of likes to engage in that scrap a little too much. Sorry, my beard's tickling my mustache is tickling my nose. But yeah, I think Dober's going to probably find the chin at some point. I'm going to go with Drew Dober here in all seriousness. The the coin happened to actually go with what I'm actually thinking for the fight. I think Drew Dober likely wins this fight. Not likely, but I lean Drew Dober to win this fight. This is such a close fight, though. Don't get mad at me if this one loses. I honestly have no strong horse in this race. I'm not confident, and both these guys can easily win the fight. It's just a matter of if Dober touches that chin, if he's the one pushing more in the fight, because Johnson has the cardio. Johnson has good takedown defense, so I don't think Dober's gonna be able to wrestle. He doesn't normally wrestle anyways, but I don't know, man. I think Dober probably finds a chin at some point. But honestly, coin flip fight, no confidence. Would hate to see someone actually betting this fight like confidently, and if they do and it plays out exactly how they say, congratulations, you are better than me. With betting these types of fights, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have a good read on this one. This is as close of a fight as you're gonna get on this card. And yeah, I don't want to pretend like I'm confident when I'm not. So yeah, got to go with lean. Got to lean Drew Dober here. Very small lean, like 55% to 50% or to 45% lean. Alrighty, moving on. Rob Font versus Rahul Rosas Jr. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, really want to pick Rob Font here. I really, really want to. Let me see where we're at. Okay, so we're gonna be over an hour this episode. Okay. I gotta go with Raul Rosas Jr. here. He is just so much better when it comes to grappling and getting to his positions. Rob Font needs you to to have a cardio break, dump. And Rosas Jr. can push a pace for 3 rounds. He does get tired, don't get me wrong, but when you're not giving him any resistance on the takedown defense, I feel like he's going to have his way with Rob Font. I feel like a sub is even possible for this fight. I'm going to go with Raul Rosas Jr. here by decision. But man, it'd be so sweet if Rob Font can just fraud check him. I know he's already been fraud checked, but just one more time. Who did he get fraud checked by again? He almost left to Aori Kolang. So it's like you think Rob Font can't beat him? I know Aori, trains at Fight Ready. Maybe his takedown defense is maybe better, but Rob Font is a dog, man. He has good boxing. It's just when he gets grounded, he gets grounded. Yeah, he lost to Christian Rodriguez, the cardio, the prospect crusher. I gotta go with Roy Rosas Jr. here because I've seen Rob Font grounded too many times for my liking. Too many times this guy struggled to get back up, and I just feel like this is another one of those fights where if Raul Rosas Jr. gets to his positions, Rob Font is not getting back up. And I don't see Raul Rosas Jr. death gassing because you need to have high scrambles with Raul Rosas Jr. and show at least some ability to defend a takedown, and I just don't see that with Rob Font. I think Rob Font is just can be taken down too easily. Like Gene Matsumoto got him down. I know Gene Matsumoto can grapple, but I don't know, man. I got Raul Rosas Jr. here. Not a super confident spot, but I don't know. Let me see who I put on my notes because I'm probably gonna have to change that after looking into some stuff. Let me see here. UFC. Yeah, I'm changing the pick. I had Font as my pick for a dog shot. I'm going with Rosas Jr. as my pick. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, moving on from this one, though. Raul Rosas Jr. by decision is my pick. Or sub. Moving on. Kyle Borralho. Oh, my God. Borralho. I can't say his last name in, Portuguese. Kyle Borralho. Whatever, you guys can clip that, whatever you want to do. Versus RDR, Renier de Ritter. I can't even say Ritter. Renier de Ritter. It sounds like Rampage Jackson right now. Renier de Ritter. There you go. Renier de Diddler. I mean, okay, I had to throw that one in there. Anyways, Renier is going to probably get beat here. He showed such... he's blaming on the weight cut. I'm going to benefit of the doubt. I've seen the guy quit before. That's why I'm not just chalking it to the weight cut. If he can't get his grappling game going, he does quit. And Kyle Borralho, I'm just going to call him Kyle. Sorry, brother. I met the guy. He's a really good guy. He follows me. I follow him. Great guy, Kyle, but I can't say your last name very well. And I'm not going to butcher it out of respect for you. But yeah, Kyle, I think he wins this fight. People say, his grappling won't be at the level. Bro, he's a Damian Maia black belt. Beat Brendan Allen easily in the grappling match they had at, I can't remember what, I think it was Karate Combat. I just think Renier de Ritter, his wrestling is not good. His striking is not as good as Kaio's. I just think Kaio's gonna. He's a fighting nerd. He knows game plans. I feel like he's gonna game plan well for Renier de Ritter, and I think he's gonna find KO here or win a decision. And yeah, I just think Renier de Ritter is too one dimensional. Those knees up the middle are good against stationary targets or people that are willing to let big brother them. But I just feel like Kyle is going to be always on the move. He's maybe times those. I don't know. Maybe he has a plan for those knees. I know he's a really good game planner, so definitely. I know he got stuck in the clinch a bit with AJ, so that could be problematic. AJ's Aaron Jeffrey, but I don't know. I think Renier de Ritter doesn't have the clinch game AJ does. He's just big, very very big. He's a very very big middleweight for the division. Cuts a lot of weight. But I just think Kyle's gonna be too smart for him. So Kyle Borralho. Oh my god, I said I wouldn't do it. Kyle by decision or KO is my pick. You guys can rock with that. It's not a terrible bet. Mainly just trusting that Renier is the guy that we always thought he was, and that fight wasn't just him being have a bad weight cut or whatever. So I'm gonna go with Kyle here. I don't know if I'll bet it yet, but I'll decide probably. I don't know. I see a lot of people betting Renier, so maybe I'll get a better line for Kyle if I wait it out. But yeah, I got to go with Kyle here. Yeah, medium confidence, I would say. We'll see how this fight plays out. Alrighty, moving on. I can't remember how long I spoke about this fight, so I'm just gonna move on. But yeah, sorry if it wasn't fast enough, or sorry, long enough. But yeah, I'll probably come to a good decision on this fight here soon. Moving on, we got the main event. We got Max Blessed Holloway versus Charles. Let me see if the camera can show it. Charles Du Bronx Oliveira. Yeah, I know my shirt's with Charles, but I don't have my Max shirt. I have a Max rash guard, but I'm not wearing a rash guard for the YouTube video. That is just ridiculous. One of my John Danaher. But yeah, I gotta go with Max Holloway here. This is a hard fight to call, though. Honestly, like I think Max wins, and logically he should win. I feel like he has more. He just puts more volume out there on the feet. But Charles is a big boy at lightweight. Sorry, he's a big boy. He cuts a lot of weight. He has a variety of ways to beat Max. He could sub Max. He could TKO him. But the thing about Max has also carried some power at lightweight. He's added some muscle. And he's fast, man. He's good at game planning. He's good at his movement, his footwork. He's a really, really intellectual fighter. Charles Oliveira, on the other hand, he does struggle sometimes when it comes to the fight IQ. Not fight IQ so much as like tactics. His tactics are pretty basic. Like with Gamrot, he had some. It does showed a good display of tactics with that fight, but Gamrot's you're trying to bore just keep you saw with Armin. Like Armin tried to keep it boring with Charles, and Charles was the one putting up close submissions, doing all the good work. And yeah, it's kind of stylistically that was a good matchup. Gamrot for him, that was like a lesser version of Armin in my opinion. So yeah, good win for Charles, but Max is not going to wrestle him. Max is going to be anti-grappling, looking to find big shots, looking to out-volume him, find a KO blow. That's why I don't really want to bet this fight, because I know Oliveira is just so dangerous and so game that in a weird world, I could see him even knocking Max out or finding a club and sub. I don't know. This is one of those fights, man. I just don't want to bet it. I love both of these guys, and I don't want to bet. I met Oliveira in Vegas. Absolute great guy. Super nice guy. And a sick fighter, man. They're both such good fighters. Max is a legend. I'm gonna have to go with Ant Still for the BMF belt on Max, but again, I wouldn't be surprised to see Oliveira somehow pull away with it and take the KO win. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna go too much longer about this fight. I mean, I could talk about it longer, I guess, but what are we at right now? I don't want to speak too long. We're already at a hour, so. I'm gonna try to keep it, cut it down here. So yeah, maybe like another 30 seconds. Yeah, Oliveira, man, if he doesn't box the whole fight and uses his teep, uses his push kick, keeps his range, as Max comes in, maybe Oliveira lands something tight in the pocket, uppercut, hook. He has some nasty uppercuts, And like Gaethje says, this guy's got electricity behind his punches. So, and Max has been hurt in his last few fights. He got knocked out by Topuria. Buzz pretty hurt, pretty bad against Poirier. So I don't know, man. I think Oliveira could hurt him, but we'll see. Definitely a really fun fight though. Great main event. Yeah. Moving on, we have let me get into okay, yeah, the fight of the night I would say obviously is the main event. Definitely would say the main event is the fight of the night. Yeah, one I'm most looking forward to. The underrated fight of the night would probably be Luke Fernandez Bellato or maybe the rematch between Robocop Ferreira. There's a few really good fights on this card, but the main event stands out for sure. Prospect of the card, I would have to say Luke Fernandez and Dante Johnson, maybe. It's a weird one because there's a few up and comers or debuters, so we're gonna have to go with those two. Those two make the most sense. Dante Johnson and Luke Fernandez. We'll see, because these guys are. Will they be the top 10? Most likely not, but we'll see where their career goes. It's still pretty early in their career, so. Anyways, and then we'll go to our top 5 most confident picks. Let me read them off to you guys. Number 1, we got Dante Johnson. Number 2, we got Alberts. Oh, no. I'm going number 2. I'm going to go with Jiang Lee. I'm going to change that right now. I'm going to go Montez, number 3. Number 4, I'm going Sumaderji. And number 5, I'm going to go with Kyle Bahado. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Kyle. I'm going with Kyle. Number 5. All right, guys. So Dante Johnson, number 1. Jiang Lee, number 2. Uh, Montez, number 3. Number 4, Sumaderji. And number 5, Kyle. Okay, guys. Like, subscribe. You know the drill. I'll catch you on the next one. Until next time, enjoy the card. Have a great rest of your week. Happy Lenten season. God bless. Anyways, see you in the next one. Like, subscribe. You know the drill. Until next time, peace.